Chief Minister Narendra Modi hitting the headlines because he's broken his silence on post-Gujarat riots. In a first interview to an Urdu weekly, Modi has said that he should be hanged if he's found guilty in the riots. Now, the interesting part is he said this before. He gave an interview to Headlines Today. 3 years ago, he made the similar assertion. But what is interesting this time around is that this interview was done by a leading Urdu publication on an issue that Modi has always ducked, even walked away in a huff when grilled about it. Why is it that Modi suddenly is giving such freewheeling, long interviews to an Urdu publication when he has avoided this issue in the past in the mainstream media? Kartikeya Sharma is with us, and also is Rahul Shiv Shankar. Rahul, what I would like to know from you is that, knowing Mr. Modi, the interviews that we have seen in the past, is it very clear that here is a man who's desperately now trying to reach out to that segment that he has apparently antagonized?
Absolutely, Akash. One has to look at it as part of Modi's image management exercise. For a very long time now, he's been aspiring to play a greater role at the center. A lot of people have said that he can only do so if, in fact, the Muslim community, the minority community, accepts him as a tall national leader. The point is that at the end of the day, Mr. Modi's pan-national credentials can only be boosted once he clears himself off, at least symbolically, of the saint of Gujarat. Now, it is very, very interesting, and I've already begun to get various people from within the Samajwadi Party and others who call themselves secularists questioning the motives of this entire exercise. Several people are already beginning to question the credentials of Mr. Shahid Siddiqui, known to be, of course, an influential voice amongst the minority communities as a proprietor of a leading newspaper, but also, of course, as a card-carrying member of the Samajwadi Party. Did he have the tacit support of the Samajwadi Party to accord Mr. Modi what many people will believe is a platform at the end of the day, to reach out to an influential section of the Muslim intelligentsia that subscribes, of course, to his paper? The other big questions that arise, of course, is that has Mr. Shahid Siddiqui become a willing instrument in what many people believe is an image management exercise that is being carefully orchestrated by Narendra Modi himself to make him more palatable to the minority?
There would be a strong case to be made here that Modi knows how to use the media, and he's using the media particularly to target a certain section of society. But the last, line in that whole interview, the crux of the question, will you, Mr. Modi, apologize? When Mr. Siddiqui asked Modi one simple question, taking moral responsibility, even if you're not technically guilty or directly involved, you have had senior leaders, prime ministers apologize for riots. Would you apologize? He continues to maintain the age-old line, if I've not done something wrong, I will not apologize, because if I apologize, then I should be hanged. Will that then work, or can this actually backfire?
Well, you see, there are two ways of looking at it. One, of course, is truism becomes a truism and it is often repeated. Now, Mr. Modi will constantly stress his innocence. Still, there is a shred of evidence that links him directly to those riots. Now, there are several, of course, court cases that are going on, 7 at last count, where various people have adduced all sorts of evidences against Mr. Modi and the culpability of his regime. Nothing directly, even by the SIT, supposedly has been found that tarnishes or links Mr. Modi directly to any of these riots. But the fact of the matter is that the larger intentions of the man cannot be denied. He is obviously very cleverly trying to reposition himself, rebrand himself as a man who has a national appeal, and therefore is somebody who appeals across the broad section of society and has some sort of a resonance amongst the minorities. Remember, this comes on the back of almost a year-long campaign, starting with the Sadbhavna campaign, where Mr. Modi has tried desperately to reach out to the minority communities. It has ended, of course, in this interview.
Yes. So clearly a Sadbhavna, perhaps, this time through the media. Is it going to work? Well, that's a crucial political development that is happening, because this is not just an interview. It's a reach-out attempt, a media management attempt at a rebranding attempt of Mr. Narendra Modi.